Now, each member of the team has driven a fair few motors, and each of us has had our own special moments in them. Now, I get my say. This one isn't necessarily about which was the best to drive, but which provided the best experience. The Jaguar F-Type was a car I'd wanted to drive for years. When I saw the CX-16 concept it would eventually be based on, I knew it would be special, and it turns out I was right. When we flew to Spain for the launch, we were led out into a huge group of base V6s and headed out onto a pre-laid out route. Nick and I were sat in the car, roof down, perfect sun, noise belting out the back of the car, and we ended up in a big group of 7 F-Types. It was awesome to see that many and listen to the tuned exhausts in perfect harmony. It was one of those yes moments. Driving the BMW M1 was always going to be an event, but driving it home from the day's shoot was, novel. It was the hottest day of the year, and I got to take a priceless 70s supercar through central London at rush hour. All eyes were on me, melting in the driver's seat. People were bellowing, "Nice Ferrari!" from over the street, and one guy walked into the road and took a picture saying, "Mate, you're the coolest guy in London right now." Temperature-wise, I was quite the opposite, but the drive felt pretty damn good. Speaking of really special, I make no efforts to hide my love of Lotus, so taking my own Elise to Lotus's test track at Hethel was pretty brilliant. To do so and play chase with the new Elise S was something I won't forget in a hurry. There was a moment on the BMW Roadster shoot that was one of those life is really awesome things. I was driving the Z8 for the tracking shots. On one side I saw Nick in the Z4 and on the other was Drew in the Z1. Now I know I'm very lucky to do what I do for a living, but it was then I realised I was on a track, in an awesome car, driving with my mates. It felt really special. Morgan may only make a handful of cars a day, but my time with the Aero Coupe was just something else. As well as the attention it got, the drive was simply special. It's a car that's the sum of its parts, and I wasn't expecting to fall for it as hard as I did, but driving it around London late at night felt incredible. The day we had all of Ford's GT cars on track was quite something. It had taken some serious organisation and days of research to sort, but then I clambered into the GT40, a car I'd wanted to drive for most of my life. Its shape, acceleration, heavy steering and epic noise all combined to make a truly special car. The winner for me couldn't be anything other than the Morgan, and here's why. After the night shoot was over, it was about 3 AM and I had to drop our photographer off at Tottenham Court Road. The sun was shining and London went from inky blue to a pale glow. And on my way back to South London, I drove down a completely deserted Oxford Street. It was me, the car and the consumer monoliths that line the road. I was catching my reflection in the shop windows and I could hear its V8 burble bounce off the tall buildings. I wasn't going a million miles an hour, just gently cruising down what just a few hours later would be the busiest road in the capital. I felt alone, exhausted and so happy. You don't need to be at speed to have a drive that you'll remember forever. So over the last year, what's been your favourite driving experience? Can you think of one that can top my 4 AM bimble down Oxford Street? Let us know in the comments below.